What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to install skin mods on, the Miles Morales version of the Spider-Man game for PC. The reason why I am putting this video up is because this took me way longer than it needed to for me to actually understand this. Uh, I haven't finished the game. I've actually just been getting into the game, recording gameplay, and I've seen people with these really cool skins and suits and whatnot that I wanted to try out, and I couldn't get them. Couldn't figure out why. Didn't know what was going on. Well, after like an hour to 2 hours worth of reading and fiddling around with basically any and everything that I can get my hands on, I figured out how to do it. And I'll explain why real quick, and then I will get into the actual process of it. All right. So what happened was, I heard that there were a lot of really cool mods for the Spider-Man games. So I used Vortex. I got Vortex Premium Nexus mods. I used it in order to get a Spider-Man collection because collections have just been a blessing when it comes to installing stuff. And one of the collections I got, it looked like it was not so official, but I decided to go with it anyway because it had more mods. There's only two so far that I've seen for this Miles Morales one. One's got like 20 mods, the other's got like 40. So what ends up happening is the collection that I actually picked out is using suits from Spider-Man Remastered. And there may be a possibility that you can use Spider-Man Remastered in Miles Morales, but so far from what I've seen, you cannot. Now, with just extra fiddling around and fooling around, maybe you can do it as well. But this is like the first skin that I've actually imported into the game so far that works and looks nice and everything. So I'm basically just going to be showing how to add this skin to your game and all of like the many steps that I took that may or may not be required. That's where like some touch and go goes like comes into play. I'm sure other YouTubers have put out videos like this as well. So, I'm just trying not to have this be super long-winded. Okay, so first off, you're going to need this tool, suit adding tool for Miles Morales. Um, this is exactly how it looks like. You're going to need these requirements, this and this. Really, all you do is you can middle mouse click both of these, or hold left control and left click them. Basically, they're going to take you both to these web pages where they should just automatically start up a download for you. You'll download these two, and I'd say after you download them, then restart your PC, because usually when it comes to like desktop runtimes or redistributions or whatever the case may be, you should find less issues when you're actually restarting like your PC after officially adding them on. Okay, so on to the actual next thing. Here's some actual warnings, and I'll just sum these up for you so that you can kind of get a good understanding of everything that's going on. From my understanding, when it comes to adding a suit, this SMPC tool, you may or may not have it. If you don't have it in Vortex, you can actually come to your dashboard. I installed it. You can find it through Nexus, the website, just like you found the suit adding tool. It's called the SMPC modding tool. Um, all it does is it lets you add mods into your game. So when you download them through Vortex, the way that they are, I believe that they are enabled, but they won't officially run until you use that tool. So you can go to your dashboard and you can left click this little tool and it'll pop this up. You can go to mod manager. See, right now there's nothing here for me, and that's because I've disabled all my mods. When you enable a mod, it'll show up here. Once it does, there'll be like check mark boxes to the mods. You can hit install mods to game and it will install, then you can play. Right? It's actually super simple, super easy, super fast. But I will be showing how to do that after I add the skins in. Another way that you can actually find the modding tool is in your base game folder. If you come to your base game folder, you know where your actual exe is. There should be a folder here after you've downloaded the tool to your Vortex, or after you drag and drop it into your actual game folder, whatever the instructions require you to do after you've done it. You can come here, you can double click the tool here, and it'll do the exact same thing. The reason why I'm not showing the actual installation process of the tools and the suits and whatnot are because, like I said, I got these from collections. So all collections did was you click a button, it downloads everything, basically saving you having to click from page to page to page, which means naturally all you'll have to do is click add to Vortex Mod Manager and it'll just automatically download to your Vortex, or you can click the manual download, open up the file, and from what I've seen, all it does is drag a folder in here, so you could just drag a folder into your base game folder. This is not a tutorial showing you how to actually mod the game from scratch. If anybody wants it, I can put one out, but this is just showing how to add the suits, because even after I had an understanding of how to actually mod the game, the suits was still the biggest problem for me, and I'm about to break it down a little more. Okay, so once you got the modding tool or whatever other mods that you want, um, I've read through some Reddit posts and other posts and whatnot that if you have mods up and running while you're trying to like add a suit in, there's a good chance that the suit is not going to get added. I kept getting this one message, it was this one error message, no matter how many times that I would add like a suit, it would always tell me that the suit is incompatible. And what I began to find out is if you have a Spider-Man suit or a Spider-Man remastered suit, which is a completely different Spider-Man game, even though they're tied in when it comes to Vortex, it's a completely different game. If you go trying to add these suits in, it will not work. And they will tell you that they're incompatible. Or, as you can see down here, it will say sequence contains no element. And because of that, it means that you either need to disable all your mods, right? Which is super easy to do. You can go to your mods, you can Control A to select everything, and then this little button down here, disable, you can just hit it, it'll automatically disable everything. After that's disabled, you can come to your dashboard, you can open your tool up again, you can go right back over to this mod manager, and if there's nothing here, that lets you know that everything is disabled. You have nothing up and running, you can play the game, and you can see for yourself that your mods are not working. When your mods are disabled, right, and you're coming in to add a fit, right, so I'd say the whole putting in a suit process would be disabling your mods as if the game were clean, right, putting the suits in, and then re-enabling your mods, and you should be good. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm definitely about to try out for the first time in this video. So hopefully everything goes well. But he, she, they, the creator gives you a tutorial. So this video tutorial, when you click the link, I think for me, it was a dead link, so it didn't take me anywhere. But everything here is pretty self-explanatory. You'll come over to your files. You'll download one of these two. Now, I found in a Reddit post that this one, which is 1.2, actually works best because it has fewer issues than this one, which is 1.9. But 1.9 is newer, and I'm sure that there are some files, maybe even remastered files, that would work with 1.9. I'm not too sure completely, but it is a possibility, and 1.9 could be the better working one. That's just for you to figure out. When you do download them, they will put an exe in your downloads folder. That exe will be this suit adding tool. The name will be the exact same regardless of which file you download. So if you download one file and it ends up being the wrong one, just delete it, download the other file and put it in the same exact place where it goes. In the description for the actual modding tool, you'll see that right here they say an alternative solution is just to put the exe that you just downloaded into the same folder where your modding tool is. So here's the modding tool, it's in its own folder in the base game folder, and the exe I just put right here. Now the exe also for most suit mods require a suit name importer. This is just to change the name of the suit that you're wearing. So instead of it being like blank spider suit number, it will be Gwen Stacy. Alright. So what I did was after I downloaded whichever version worked best for me. I believe at this time it was 1.2 plus the name thing. You have to make sure that, and this was my biggest issue. This right here, you have to make sure that this is on Miles Morales. Both of them start off with, I believe, Marvel's Spider-Man. You have to make sure that this is Miles Morales. And to do it, you just go to Nexus Mods, the big button here, go to View All Games, and then filter by name, and you can type in Miles. Right here, you can hit this plus button. I hit favorite, so I can find it way easier, right? After you do so, you can go to View Mods. Once you're here, you can just start scrolling through, finding what it is that you want to add. But what I did was, I went to Mods, Mod Categories. We know we're looking for suits, so I went to Suits. You can scroll through forever. Here's Gwen. Because I had a Gwen and I said I was showing a Gwen, I'll show something slightly different to show that this actually works. So, you know, scroll through, make sure up here it says Miles Morales, because if it says the other one, you're gonna get a broken file. What I like to do is I'll hit sort by, go to endorsements, look for something that's kind of popular. I had this downloaded, but it was not added. This came from one of the collections. I didn't even know I had it. I planned on getting it. This was the Gwen that I just downloaded. This came from collections, but it was not officially added because we personally have to add them, and I haven't. So this looks really cool. What is this? That's pretty fire. Those are Venom wings. Whenever you make use of your Venom power, you use it. Okay, so all this does is when you use your Venom power, you get Venom wings. So what we'll do is we'll go to Files, become the Guardian Angel, grants whatever, use it. All right, cool. We'll hit Manual Download. Right here, it downloads. There it is. It's going to be called whatever the name that they want to call it, .suit. It has to be a .suit file, and I am almost 100% sure it has to be for Miles Morales. I cannot stress that enough. All right. Once you got it, you can go back to the folder where your tool is. Here's another important thing. You cannot just drag and drop this in your tool. So the way that the tool works is if you double click it to open it, it's going to close itself. Don't know why. See? Already exists, whatever, suit added successfully, whatever, it'll close itself. But when it does, it makes this folder called installed suits. This lets you know that the suit has been put in there. But if it does not say added successfully, then it is just not added in yet, right? It has to say added successfully, okay? If it says error, the suit is not going to be put in the game, all right? So if you try to just drag and drop this into here, it'll tell you to find your archives file. Now, your archives file will be in your base game. You can go to Asset Archive. You can just click this so it knows it's the folder. You hit Select Folder. Now it's going to tell you to choose a language. I'm English. You'll type in EN, hit Enter. See how it says there was an error? I'm going to cover up everything underneath it, but it's a really big box of just errors, right? And it'll tell you to exit. So you close. You're probably wondering why it did that, right? If you go to installed suits, it's not there either. Sometimes it is. I will explain to you why it did that. It did that because the file was not in the folder. So you actually have to put this in the same folder that your suit adding tool is. Okay? So after you do so, you will click and drag this .suit file, and you will drop it onto this suit adding tools file. Okay? That's how you add the suits. You have to drag and drop it onto. You drag and drop it onto, assets already named, suit added successfully. It was an error the first time, now it's added. Now you double click suit name importer. It's going to name anything that's been added successfully. You go to installed suits, and there it is. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to Vortex. I'm going to hit play. Now with mods and stuff, you know, this obviously look. Hey, look, there's Gwen. Gwen is usually not there. Usually it's one of the Miles skins. But I think they do it for the current skin that you are at the time. Alright? So we're gonna open our menu, we'll go to suits, we'll go over, and will you look at that? Alright, you got it. And in order to use it, you have to have Venom activated. I don't believe I have any Venom, so let's go find somebody to go find. And like I said, I just started. Alright, I just started. We'll beat him up.
You can't stop us fighting!
Why are they still in the air? What is that about? It worked. It worked. And that's pretty much what hope you enjoy. Oh, and I'll also show you how to. I got this! Yo, really about to let me go. Irresponsible. Alright, here we are with the mods. I can make a video showing how to install them if need be, but like I said, I did a collection, and I actually, as you can see, it says collection incomplete. Usually they'll show the dependencies, but I'm missing like 15 mods on that list because about 15 of them are suits that are just incompatible. So they're just taking up space and I don't need them, so I remove them. But you know, you can control A if you already have them like downloaded and you just disabled them. You can hit this enable button. The mod you enable depends on other mods. Do you want to enable those as well? This is saying this most likely because of my collection. I hit review. Okay, it seems pretty good. Now you see dependencies. This is everything that came from the collection. Plus, I think some things that I might have added as well, like the prints, I believe I added, unless they did that. But basically, none of these worked, and I don't know if it's because I was doing something wrong at the time, or if this was actually for the other game, because as you can see, like at the top, accurate Miles Morales suit. I think when I ended up going to it and actually checking it, it was for Spider-Man Remastered. This is not Spider-Man Remastered. With the suit adding tool, it might work, but it might not. Like I said, that's touch and go, but I know for sure the ones that are labeled for Miles Morales, not just in the title of the mod, but actually in the mod category of Vortex at the top. Remember, up here, you know, right here, Miles Morales. That's how you know for sure. Okay? So we've enabled the mods. We'll go back to dashboard. We'll hit play on the tool. Alright, go to mod manager. You see how everything here is checked. We'll hit install mods to game. It'll install, depending on how many you have, I think is going to determine how long it's going to take. Usually for me, this doesn't even take a minute. Alright, there we go. We'll close out of it. We'll hit play. Now, as you can see, there is this Spider-Man. I don't know where he came from, because I wasn't wearing him, but I did have other mods equipped, and there's a possibility that one of the mods I had equipped reskinned something. And that's probably why it was saying that I had a few mods that were incompatible.
Friends,
so let's see if
today I'm going to have to be the disappointed parent. So, not because of Jared. He's actually doing a fine job for a change. No,
as you can see,
I'm disappointed.
They're gone.
That once again, some of you have allowed yourselves to be convinced that it's okay for a complete stranger with zero legal authority to parade around in a Halloween costume pretending to be some kind of savior. And once again, that misplaced faith has resulted in an unimaginable disaster. The truth is, it doesn't matter if you think Spider-Man is good.
And all I did was reinstall all the mods that I had. You even saw the list of mods that I had. So, when stuff like this happens, you ultimately have to go through your mods, nitpick, and figure out, hey, What in this group of mods is causing that to happen? So there's one more thing that I want to test. I want to believe that after you put your mods back on, you might need to run your tool and name again. There was something on the webpage that said something roughly around that, but I believe the English might have been a little broken, so I was just making up assumptions, or maybe it made sense and I was just skimming over it too fast, but let's see. Alright, I got 2 green flags, so let's play the game and see if the skins work out again. If the skins do work, then that means that they just stopped working because I added some new mods or re-enabled some mods, which means that each time that you add mods you want to play, make sure that you re-add those skins. And you don't have to keep drag and dropping them. There it is, because it's already in the file. All you have to do is double click each file name and it'll update. Now, we just saw the skin in the loading screen, but yet I'm this skin. So let's see if the skin is actually in the game. There it is. And there's Gwen. Let's see if it works with the mods. The mods I picked here are traversal mods. It was something from the collection. It's supposed to help with getting around quicker, moving a little quicker.
Hey, my buds, dudes, pals. As if New York wasn't exciting enough during the holidays, there is now a tropical storm / hurricane reaping its way up the coast. Oh yeah, just like that movie where the boat gets flipped over by a big wave, you know? Oh, sorry, spoilers. Anyway, if this storm hits, a lot of people are gonna need help. So now's a great time to donate to your local shelter. Till next time, remember to check your credit score annually. You get one free report per year, so be responsible. Bye-bye.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Alright, so yeah. It's just a matter of making sense of stuff, making sure things are ended up the right way, but all in all, I say it works out pretty well. Another mod is infinite camouflage. As you can see, I just finished the mission where you got camouflage, so, clear that even if infinite camouflage works for a person. And I'm saying that because it is, I don't know what that mission is just.
FYI, a bunch of robbers are breaking into a store nearby.
Great. But yeah, so there you go. There you have it. That's how to install this. That's how to install this with mods. I showed you how to fact check this and gave you a rundown on possible errors and how to fix it. If you see any extra errors, read the website. Hello, this is me, post-editing and everything. I realized that the audio to the game was still on. I had my audio turned down overall, but not to the actual recorder. So it ended up capturing in-game audio as well, so it's kind of hard or super hard to hear me at times, and I feel like I will end up uploading a video that is much shorter than this, that gets straight to the point. One of the things that I wanted to mention that I was mentioning at the end of this, but I was kind of getting blocked out by the audio, is there are slight problems with errors on the page for the mod to put suits in, and one of them was talking about how if it denies you some path or something, all you do is right click, run it as administrator. Honestly, you can go to properties and then change it to always run as administrator, so you don't ever have to right click again. You can just double click it and it'll open up in a run. But there are little errors and stuff like that that there are actual easy fixes to on the homepage in the description of the tool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope this helps anybody. I will most likely make a more chopped up, shortened version of it all, most likely using the same footage, if not new footage. That's it. Peace.